we're live. Yeah.
Hello, world. Welcome to Jank Talk, year 2, where we're not only.
Hold up. All right, now we're live.
Hello, world. Welcome to Jank Talk, year 2, where we're not only talking about the playoffs, we're talking about the regular season. We have a lot to talk about today, but we decided to start between week 1 and 2 because we thought that there wasn't that much happening before the season started. And now that we know that the Browns are the best team in the NFL, we can finally talk about that. So we're going to start with some introductions and go right into, week 1 and week 2. So I am the A in Jank for Adithya. I am an Eagles fan, but I'm a little disappointed in them right now. So I'll get more into that.
That's your fault.
Disappointment. Yeah, you chose a shitty team. Sorry about that. I'm Nolan. I'm the N in Jank Talk. I'm a Patriots fan, and I fucking hate Eddie. Yeah.
All right. I'm Keenan. I'm a what's the word? What's the best word? I'm an arrogant Packers fan and a slightly more arrogant Jaguars fan. I'm pleased with the Packers, displeased with the Jaguars, and I hate Addy for other reasons.
I get why Nolan hates me because I kind of railed him in fantasy last week, but I don't know why he hates me. As you can see, that we're missing the J in Jank, which is unfortunate. So we're just Ank Talk today.
Oh God, no.
But yeah. So let's just get started with our week 1 recap and what we all thought how the week went. So,
right, sweet. Where do we want to start? There's been a lot of really interesting, fucked up things.
So let's just start off with what surprised us 3 the most this week.
All right, so clearly, if you can find a better answer, okay, I'm gonna go with Pat Mahomes over Fitzpatrick on what surprised me the most. But I respect Fitzpatrick, and he's my favorite player.
I think Fitzpatrick wasn't actually that surprising for me because
I mean, like, I don't know if you guys have watched him much in his time with the Jets, because I did, and that's exactly how he plays. He just throws the deep ball every possible time, and if it sticks, it sticks. That's why he gets a fuck ton of picks.
Yeah, I mean it's how he's played since he was even on the Texans. He's been doing it for his whole career.
Oh yeah.
And the Saints secondary is notoriously a little lackluster.
Yeah.
So this definitely just showed. Yeah, he just abused it, ran the go routes all the time, just chucked it deep, and it worked out.
Yeah, and the thing is with the excuse me, the Bucs have some pretty speedy receivers with good hands. You got Deshaun Jackson, you got Mike Evans. So it's definitely working for him, and I could definitely see him doing it again. But obviously, with a few more picks, the Saints just played shit defense.
They did. They just played.
I could see Fitzpatrick. Obviously, he's not going to probably play after Winston comes back, but he could probably in the next 2 games have another game where it's 4 touchdowns, 2 picks, and a 58% completion percentage, which is fairly reasonable considering who he is.
Yeah. As a backup, you'll take it.
Yeah, and he's always been one of the best backups in the league. So you take what you get.
So what was the most surprising one?
I think Pat Mahomes. Pat Mahomes. I did not expect to play so well.
I feel like Tyreek Hill kind of bailed him out.
Tyreek Hill bailed him out, but that's because that's how Pat Mahomes plays. Pat Mahomes is literally just hey, let's chuck it 70 yards and see what happens. Or let's go for the go route every time because Tyreek is a monster. But
are you equating Pat Mahomes to Ryan Fitzpatrick? Because you literally said the same exact thing about Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Dude, he is Pat Mahomes. Okay, I'm a big fan of that big arm, balls to the wall, go deep quarterback. Brett Favre and Pat Mahomes, Ryan Fitzmagic. But my boy Pat,
you were equating 3 quarterbacks who no one else in the world would say are any.
Yeah, they're equal in my mind because I enjoy watching them. Now, let me have this, all right? But I didn't expect Pat Mahomes to be at all accurate. I expected him to throw like 50% and have like 2 touchdowns, 2 picks on a way to like a really disappointing loss. But like that man did really and he did really well in the passing game. And not only that, he was actually fantastic on the ground. He rushed a few times for some good scrambles. So I really can't find a fault in that game.
I wasn't surprised at all, really, because I figured ever since I saw Pat Mahomes playing in preseason last year, I was like, wow, this guy's got something going on. And then the few times where he came in when Alex Smith wasn't playing, he seemed pretty solid. So I figured he'd play well, and I definitely think that Tyreek Hill's pop-off definitely made it seem better than it actually was. But he still played really solid, and I figured that it was definitely the right move by the Chiefs to kind of move in a different direction and see what they can do with their young second-year boy in this year of football. Yeah. See if he can, match up with Tyreek a little bit more and kind of expose or better term, kind of better utilize the offensive weapons that the Chiefs have. And the Chiefs already have a solid defense, so I think they're probably going to be pretty damn solid this year throughout, and I think Pat Mahomes is definitely just another piece in that puzzle for him.
I also think that Andy Reid is really good at developing young quarterbacks.
Everybody.
I mean, why do you think there's like 8 coaches in the NFL that are like Andy Reid coaches? Or maybe
I think there's more than 8.
I think there's more than 8, but like, God bless that man. What was it? He was under Mike Holmgren, and then under Mike Holmgren he did very well, and then after he got his head coaching job, he just had this huge development of coaches and just. I don't know.
Yeah.
Matt Nagy is a good example. I mean,
Doug Peterson. Doug
Peterson. Doug Big Balls Peterson. My favorite little tangent, but I love how much Doug Peterson goes for it on 4th down. Like, you don't see that very often. It's very refreshing, and it makes for good football because he does it like 50% of the time.
Big dick. You can do anything when you have a big dick.
Yeah.
I want Doug Peterson to get shafted.
I think Nick Foles has a big dick, and I think that Doug Peterson has big balls. But like, who's counting?
Yeah. Really
all right, Nolan. What did you think was the most surprising of Week 1?
I think hands down the most surprising thing for me was just how bad the Bills are.
Oh, dude!
I think they I thought the Bills were going to be bad. I had full anticipation that the Bills were going to be one of the worst teams in the NFL. However, they still managed to surprise me with how horrible they played against the Ravens. And maybe they could bring it back. But with Nathan Peterman being your starting quarterback going into Week 1, if your vision tells you that you should start Nathan Peterman
after he threw 5 interceptions
in a half.
Okay, you know what's the best part about that? About the 5 interception game in his most recent game? His most recent game with 5 completions for 18, 19 passes or something like that? No,
he
something like
for
that.
18 yards.
Yeah, he threw for 18 yards, 2 picks, and that has a 0 quarterback rating, which is lower than his 5 interception game.
It's impressive.
I'm amazed.
So my theory is that there are quarterbacks who are really good in the preseason and then just a crap. Examples being obviously Nathan Peterman. Sam Bradford is one of them. Where every team that he goes on is like, dude, this guy's amazing. We're gonna win the Super Bowl this year. Let's start him Week 1, and then week 3, he's obviously benched because he sucks when he gets into a real game.
Or that, or he gets knee tackled. He gets knee tackled and he has an MCL tear or something like that. And he's like, oh, I guess it's just another year. And then that's it.
He just sucks. But
I'm thinking what's going to be really bold for me, because obviously the move to trade away Tyrod Taylor for me was the stupidest move the Bills could have ever done.
Dumb.
Such a stupid decision. And now, I mean, Tyrod's in a strange position because
Tyrod's on the best team in the NFL.
Tyrod is on a pop-off team. I do think the Browns will win at least 6 games this year.
I disagree.
The Browns are literally on pace right now to tie all of their games, which is like the best season they've had ever.
Yeah, I think they got it in them. I think they got some talent to them, and I think they'll be able to win quite a few games.
That goes into what I thought was the most surprising was just the whole Browns-Steelers game.
That game was awesome.
That game was great. I loved it so much.
I cannot believe the Steelers let the Browns tie them. I don't care how it happened, but how do you let the Browns? You were supposed to be like the 3rd best team in your conference, and it's a loss. You lost it.
You lost. You gained nothing from it.
It's
pretty much lost.
Like, the thing is, like, it's not that they tied. It's that the way they tied. God, it was terrible.
Possession.
They had the ball for the entire game, basically. And
you missed the field
the field goal to win the game. It went to overtime. They missed another field goal to win the game. And the Browns fucking... Oh, my God. How does this happen?
It was probably... The best part about the game, for me, was the fact that both teams, especially the Steelers, but both teams gave the opposing team every opportunity to win possible. And neither team could do it. The fucking Browns had so many chances to just get the dub and walk away, and it's all good. And they just they could not do it.
But your expectations for the Browns are nothing.
It is zero.
Like, seriously, Tyrod Taylor could have okay. Tyrod
Taylor could have lost 47-3, and I'd be like, that's kind of like it. That's the Browns.
That's the culture. That's what's supposed to happen. No, I honestly, God, as soon as I flipped channels, I'm like, holy shit, the Browns can tie it, and they tied it, and they went to overtime. I'm just saying, I'm like, no, they're gonna do it. They're gonna make it happen. They're gonna make it happen because they almost won. Remember last year, their first game, they almost beat the Steelers. But like this time, they were like. They had like that little taste of victory, a little salt on the tongue,
It's all salt.
I'm just happy. I'm just happy that the Browns did not go 0-16 this year.
Yeah,
at the very least, they're going 0-15-1.
At the very. What do you mean at the progress? Very least? At the very most, and the best part is if they go 0-15-1, Hugh Jackson will keep his job.
He'll get another contract.
Contract extension 5 more years. Dude,
oh my God.
After 5 years they're gonna be 0-11-5. Imagine that.
They will still have never won a game in the Hugh Jackson era.
I can't believe that after after a year of 0-16, the way they end their fucking losing streak was with the tie.
To not win the game.
It's not and that's the thing. I was seeing online, people are like, "Oh, now it's not a losing streak. Now it's a winless streak," and I'm like, "Oh my God, gotta be kidding me!"
They've been winless for this long.
Let's move on to what we thought was the most disappointing moment of
the Browns.
Week 1.
Oh my God, I'm actually just gonna ride this Browns train. The Browns game, holy shit! They had 2 opportunities to just seal the game away. And they literally took okay. So you go to the bathroom, and you usually lift the seat up before you pee. They didn't lift the seat up; they just peed on the seat and then left. That's literally what the Browns did.
What?
Okay, I'm not going.
That was not the most disappointing moment. I was happy for the Browns. The most disappointing moment was definitely watching Sunday Night Football and seeing the Bears.
Oh,
that was hilarious.
That was the most disappointing moment.
Dude, I'm a Packer fan, so I was so excited. I was giddy by the end of that match.
I was so angry. I was so angry.
Mitch Trubisky is so one-dimensional. I think he's going to be trash.
No, Mitch Trubisky in the 4th quarter just stopped functioning.
Yeah,
he could not throw a nice pass.
I think the Packers' defense was actually surprisingly good. For the second half of the game, they played fantastic.
They did all right.
I mean, I'm talking relative to the past, but Yeah,
I just don't get why they didn't put the ball in Jordan Howard's hands
and just
when they
run
were
out the
up 20
clock.
to nothing and just run the entire game. You
Because
do not have a wide receiver core. You don't have anyone that you can throw to. You
Allen
have
Robinson.
two amazing running backs. All you got to do is throw screens and run the ball the entire game. Literally start playing Madden. That's all you have to do.
Okay, but Addy, I want you to know there's this wonderful guy by the name of Matt Nagy and I want you to guess who he was under. Andy Reid, all right? And there's nobody that can throw a football game better than Andy Reid.
That is unfortunately true.
Yeah, and he made that was the most Andy Reid football game I've ever watched. it was like a replay of the Titans game. Down
I know
20
we were also talking during the game, and the Packers were still down, and I know Nolan went, "This game's over."
This game's so
like he knew that the Bears were gonna lose this game, regardless.
Oh yeah. Like here's the thing. As soon as Aaron Rodgers stepped back on the field, I'm like, done. It's the end of the game.
I don't know if you guys really paid too much attention to the Reddit, but I went onto the Packers subreddit with.
I didn't check it.
So when at halftime, when Aaron Rodgers is down, they're down like 20-3 or some shit. The top like post on the subreddit is suicide like hotline mega thread, and it's stickied on the top of the Packers subreddit, and it's just everybody is just saying fuck. Everything is gone. We've thrown $180 million at a broken man. What are we gonna do? We're gonna lose to the Bears in week 1. This is awful. And then the moment that Aaron Rodgers steps back on the field and Lambeau Field just loses their shit, immediately the post changes to "There's hope" mega thread, and everybody's just praising the Lord, like, "Oh my God, he's not dead. We can still do this."
We can do
and
it.
then it was just even with like 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and the Packers are down. I agree, like the game is over. Aaron Rodgers is going to win this game.
Yeah,
like the plot is there. The game is over.
God,
He's
it's like the Cowboys game last year. Where the Cowboys went crazy when they got a touchdown with like 1 minute and 9 seconds left or something like that.
Like,
they were like,
over.
"Oh my God, we did it! We're gonna win the football game!" And then literally every single person in Wisconsin is just like, "Guys, that's too much time. That's too much time. We won the game. Like
we won the game.
It's over. Like, like holy shit, that was a great game. I really enjoyed it as a Packer fan. Like it was fun to watch the Bears, be competitive. And then shit the bed, which is also fun, but like, it was a good game. Definitely one of the better Sunday night games I've watched.
Yeah, it was.
I kind of also want to talk about that Monday night game between the Jets and the Lions, and I feel like the Lions are one of the most disappointing stories, not of just this year already, but of the last 4 years. Because Matthew Stafford is the 4th highest paid quarterback in the league, or at one point he was the highest paid quarterback in the league. And he has delivered that city nothing.
Mm-hmm.
He has nothing to show for it. And they got clobbered by the Jets, who I consider is like one of the worst teams in the NFL. I don't know how the Jets won there.
It's because Sam Darnold, aside from the first throw, because that was a bad pick. He actually played really well. He only missed like what, 4 passes? 5 passes, and like just played very well, threw to the right targets, made the right looks, made the right reads, and just the coach.
Wasn't Matt Patricia the defensive coordinator for the Patriots?
Yes.
Yeah, and he let 48 points go to a week 1 rookie quarterback.
Yeah, because fucking Matt Patricia's bend don't break.
Defense can I?
I'll let Nolan go on about that.
Yeah. Can I ask a question? Under the Matt Patricia era of the Patriots, when have you ever said, "Wow, the Patriots defense looks really solid this year"? Never. I can tell you this, never, not once have you ever thought the Patriots defense looks good. Because you know why? There's never been a good Patriots defense. Since fucking, like, Junior Seau left the Patriots, there has not been a good Patriots defense. It's just been super ultra mega ass. And Matt Patricia is a huge reason for this. The man has the bend don't break strategy where you just allow them to go all the way down to the red zone, and then you start playing actual defense. It's the worst thing.
It's called bend and rely on Tom Brady's strategy.
Yeah. Just rely on Tom Brady to bail you out every time.
Now he realizes not every quarterback can pull a game through like Tom Brady
to
can.
be fair, Matt Stafford is one of the best at comebacks in the entire league, if not the best at comebacks in the entire league. Like,
it's hard to come back from 48 to 17.
Hey man, I had faith that the fourth quarter for the Lions was going to be something magical.
I had no faith.
I had no faith. I'm gonna be honest. That game was over after like the first half.
Yeah, it was awful.
Like
the Jets' defense looked solid.
Oh yeah, it looked great actually. And the Jets receiving core looks fantastic. A lot better than last year. Well, then again, they also had what's his face, McCown throwing. McCown's not the most accurate guy, but like
he's all right though.
He's
I
all
think
right.
This year for me, breakout guy, and I picked him up in every fantasy league on some waivers. Quincy Enunwa has been really just a solid, bigger receiver.
I have him on my team, but continue.
Yeah, well, in every other league. But he really, for the past few years, has been a personal favorite of mine to watch because he's a downhill kind of guy, He's got some decent moves, but really he's just about the yards after contact, Goes for a short route every once in a while. He's a little bigger, not too fast, but he'll run over a corner. And he's a really solid pickup, and I think he performed really well on Monday, and I think he's probably going to be a bit of a sleeper for the rest of the year. But I'm hoping that he's going to start popping off a little bit with a little Sam Darnold connection. But I think
I just feel like
solid.
This week was just really bad for new coaches. Because Lions lost, Cardinals lost, Raiders lost, Bears lost. Like, new coaches just...
Yeah, they got dumpstered.
I think the Raiders, too. I mean, we talked about this earlier and how that was the worst decision that the Raiders could have made, and it showed through on Monday, in my opinion. They played okay the first half, and then they just fell apart.
Well, I mean, like, there was a lot of reasons why the game went really poorly. I think one of them is that Derek Carr just looked lost and just really wasn't playing to his best. But then again, I never thought Derek Carr was like a great quarterback. But that's beside the point. But like, that game was just bad. Like, the defense didn't look good. The offense looked horrible, like absolutely just atrocious. And I just like they never ever picked up steam at all. Like, it was hard to watch.
Yeah, I do think that the Raiders are probably going to be one of the top disappointments for this year.
I mean,
after that one magical year of Derek Carr pretty much going MVP mode.
Yeah, and the thing is, I thought he was going to take him to the Super Bowl that year. They looked phenomenal. That team had momentum and electricity, and then he broke his leg along with Marcus Mariota in the same game. Like, that was bad.
That one sucked. I like Derek Carr. He seems like a solid guy.
No, he seems like
a pretty good
guy.
quarterback.
I like,
but he really just blew it up.
Except for their coach. I think that John Gruden just has this mentality of 2008 where players aren't allowed to speak up, and it's going to ruin the whole vibe in the locker room, especially in Oakland. Oakland is a city where players need to be active in the community, and if he just wants players to shut up, that's not going to work out.
I think that his contract as well is fucking ridiculous. 10 years for any NFL contract, coaching, player-wise, whatever. Is just
but no contract is set in stone.
No contract is set in stone, so they can get out of it, obviously. But that man is now owed a lot of money, no matter what.
Oh, so. I don't understand. Because the thing because I was reading about Gruden's former team, like, he was on the Oakland Raiders before, when he was on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Specifically those two, but like the thing with what's his face, Gruden. Apparently, Gruden's like really, he favors veterans. That's obvious in the way he builds his team. And I just I was reading that he favors veterans not only for like their experience in the NFL, but their ability to like understand his playbook. Because apparently his playbook is like ridiculously complicated. Like, it's very old school. Like a ton of knowledge necessary, a ton of memorization, very complex, which, isn't a bad thing necessarily, but, like, I don't know, I don't understand Gruden. Like, I don't know where I'm going with this, but, like, I just don't understand why he is a good fit. I don't really get it. I don't think he was good when he was even coaching before. He just got dealt a really good hand and played to its strengths.
I don't know, man. That Bucks team in 2002 was fucking craziness, and the Bucks sucked before and after that.
The thing is, like, that defense was phenomenal, and that's because it was just a team of insanely good veterans with like a serviceable offense of, again, just veterans. And then like because the team was so old, the players that wanted their Super Bowl that were going to retire, they retired. Like it just died. Like
fair. Because they did. They just immediately after that. I
think the Raiders should have won the game against the Pats in 2002, but that's an entirely different argument. But like, I mean, he was doing great for those 2 years, but that was because his team was literally just a bunch of veterans that could understand his coaching style, and he played to their strengths, and they played to Gruden's strengths. But like, you look at Oakland, he traded away a bunch of like good players. He didn't really acquire anybody like notable, like Martavius Bryant, I guess, but like, is he really that like notable or good? Like, I don't really know how to judge that.
Not too much.
Yeah, and I don't even think they needed a wide receiver. And then they traded away their best player. Like.
The Khalil Mack trade was
that Khalil Mack trade was just so stupid. And like, there's this like joke where it's like, oh, if you're not a grinder, you're not in Gruden's team. Like, you gotta be a grinder. And then like, fucking Khalil Mack gets traded. It's like, no, Khalil Mack wasn't a grinder, and I just don't get it. Like,
yeah, dude, let's clearly Khalil Mack, the dude who's been been playing on a rookie contract up to this point, making no money for as far as an all-star Pro Bowler standard. And he's been absolutely tearing it up.
Oh, he's been like playing at like a Hall of Fame All-Pro first pick.
Yeah,
like
he's been playing freakish football for his time in Oakland.
Him and Aaron Donald are playing the best fucking defensive football in the league, and I just don't understand how, when you have such a critical piece of your defense in Khalil Mack, how you can just trade him for like what was it, like 3 or 4 draft picks?
I think it was 2 first rounders and then like a second rounder.
Yeah. That's kind of dumb, because like the mentality that comes afterwards is like, oh, but you could have like 2 Khalil Macks. I'm like, no, you don't get 2 Khalil Macks. Have you seen the Raiders draft records? It's trash. Like, that's the thing with every team. You're never gonna have like every draft pick be good, especially even first rounders. There's been a lot of busts. Like, holy fuck, dude! Why would you do that? Just no, I have a theory that the Raiders didn't do it solely because they didn't have money.
It's true. They have some really ludicrous contracts.
I think that I actually genuinely believe that like the Raiders traded him away because they didn't have money, didn't want to pay him, and wanted to like bounce off of it. But they never, like, if they just explicitly stated, hey, we don't have the money to pay this guy what he wants, and it's not working out, and we're just going to trade him. Like, that's reasonable. Like that would be understandable from another person. But like, the way it stands, it just seems like they just traded him for like pennies. Like, come on.
It was just ridiculous. I think it was a terrible trade. We're at a point now where I think I'd almost take Khalil over like Von Miller at this point in time.
I mean, I would take Khalil. That's because he's younger.
I mean, obviously, going forward, you want Khalil Mack on your team over Von, because Von's been in the league for so long.
Fucking, what's his the Raiders' average age is like 20, like really high. It's like 28.
Yeah. And
they're just like all old veterans that are like kind of washed up, especially at the running back. Just fucking Marshawn, Doug Martin, like that team is not getting better anytime quicker. So I feel like just to hedge their bets, and because I think Gruden has a chance to really just do fantastically if he can get the right pieces. But like, just trading away your best player, and then going from like a win now mode to like a rebuild mode when you clearly shouldn't be in rebuild mode because your team is so old and you need to start,
Yeah.
And you're in a weak fucking division, and you're in a weak. You can get to the Super Bowl no problem if you do well.
Especially in the next couple of years with the Patriots on the decline, and obviously the Steelers on the decline.
Oh, the Steelers are in a hard decline. The Patriots, we have no idea yet. We have to watch them.
The Patriots, I say, are in a decline only because the boy Tom and Bill are probably on their way out here soon.
Yeah, and
that's over.
The Patriots just have a bad team. They really
do. They do.
They have
an
awful. Like, on paper, it's just bad.
Yeah, but there has never been a year when you're like,
Hightower.
There's never been a year when you're like, the Patriots on paper are fantastic.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's like, it's not that the Patriots on paper like need to be good. It's just that I'm thinking just from my perspective, my opinion, that Tom is gonna like either very quickly realize his age or come to his age, just or his body's gonna like give up quicker than he anticipates. Like 45 is pretty old. Like, he's got to be in fantastic shape. He can't get sacked. He can't like run around or do anything really. Like, there's gonna be like a moment in the next like 2 years, probably this season or next season, where he just like has to stop. I like, in my opinion, that's just what I think.
I feel like Father Time's going to have to catch up.
Oh, it's going to have to catch up to him. Like, the guy can't play forever. The guy talks like he's going to play till he's 50. Like, that's impossible.
He claims he's in the best shape of his life every year.
It's really not.
Which, who knows, dude? Honestly, I mean, have you seen the diet that he's on and like how he looked in his early years?
Oh no, like what's in his body is fantastic, but imagine all the wear on his joints and those constant hits that he takes. Like, you can't just erase that. Like, that's not going to go away.
In 2009 or 10, he tore his ACL and MCL.
Yeah.
And then came back. Like, he had to reconstruct his whole leg. And so he's playing on that same leg. It's only asking for pain and suffering. And my guess is that it's the unfortunate truth is that eventually he's just going to take the wrong hit and he's never going to recover the same. And he's going to be screwed for the rest of his life because it's just his body's no longer in the position to recover.
All right, now let's do a little segue here. Royce Freeman or Dion Lewis this week for fantasy?
Okay, well, first of all, why are you playing standard? Second of all, Dion Lewis is not a red zone back, so you probably don't want to go with him.
Yeah, we have a lovely guy by the name of by Jacob here asking us that question. I personally say start Royce Freeman. There may be a lot like a good I think the floor for Royce Freeman could be lower than Dion Lewis, but like I think the ceiling, like the guy could just like magically rush for like 2 touchdowns and only have like 80 yards, or not 80 yards, so only could have like 40 yards, and that's more than good enough. But like there's also like a good chance that he rushes for like 70 yards and nothing. Like that's what he did last week. So
yeah, you're in a bit of a tough spot there because both of them are not very good for non-PPR leagues.
Yeah,
but
I mean, I start Royce Freeman.
I go Royce.
Yeah,
even though I love D-Lou.
I love D-Lou, dude. He's great. But I'm going with Royce this week.
I'm agreeing with Royce.
Anyways.
So this coming week here, actually, let's pull. I'm going to pull up a schedule here because there's some solid games this coming week. I believe.
I'm excited for the Packers-Vikings.
That's going to be an absolute beast of a game for sure.
Kirk Cousins and fucking Aaron Rodgers facing off. That'll be great. I think
it's another division battle. Can't go wrong.
Yeah, another division. The division battles are great. And I think the NFC North is the best division in football, but that's not really.
I think because it just has so much history to it.
I think not only the history, but just look at the rosters, man. The NFC North is fucking grind fest. You have excellent quarterbacks, all 4 of them. You have Kirk Cousins, fantastic. Aaron Rodgers, the best in the league. You have Matt Stafford, one of the better quarterbacks in the league, and fucking Trubisky, who's up on the rise, has been playing very well. Like, just along quarterback stake, that's fantastic. Defenses are getting, obviously, the Lions, Bears, and Vikings all have way better defense than the Packers have, but the Packers are up and coming on the defense.
Namely, the Vikings have the best defense.
Oh, the Vikings have just
incredible defense.
They're so good.
Scary.
Road's closed.
Road is closed.
Road's closed. But holy shit, dude! Like NFC North is, if you come out of there alive, like you deserve a cookie, man. That's tough stuff. Like
you've earned it,
dude. I think the Packers are gonna finish number 1. I think the Bears are gonna finish number 2, and I think the Vikings are gonna finish number 3.
You're fucking crazy.
Just on tiebreakers. Just on tiebreakers. I think the Bears and the Vikings will either go 11-5 or 10-6 each. I think
the Bears are gonna go 11-5.
Oh yeah, I think the Bears are great.
Goddamn.
The Bears have one of the hardest schedules in the league.
Yes, and
Vikings have the hardest.
Vikings have by far the hardest. That's the only reason. Even though the Bears have a similarly difficult schedule, I think just because I think the Bears, Matt Nagy's going to really do some great stuff with that defense, plus Khalil Mack and Jordan Howard and Trubisky is up on the rise. They got a bunch of weapons on the got Trey Burton. I think the Bears are going to be fantastic this year. And because their schedule is ever so slightly easier, they didn't get the, the first place schedule. I think they're going to be better on tiebreakers, and they're going to be just ever so slightly above the Vikings. The Vikings, the reason I have them in third is because their schedule is hard. Like,
It is a
really
very
hard.
schedule, legitimately.
Like, I don't remember exactly what they're facing in the second half of the year, but like, I think they're gonna finish with like, just because of their schedule, it's gonna be fucking difficult, and that's why I think the Bears are gonna be. I think the Packers, just because their schedule is the easiest out of the three, is gonna be in. That's really my only rationale. I think they're gonna split the division 2-2-2. Or, sorry, not 2-2-2, 3-3-3.
That's fair. For me, I'm thinking going into this weekend, definitely the Vikings-Packers game, probably one of the top ones. But, Kenan, I'm thinking the Patriots-Jaguars game.
Oh, I'm excited for that, dude.
It's going to be a fucking awesome game.
The thing that worries me is the Jags are not going to be as good as last year. That's just
not quite as good, no. But I don't think the Patriots. The Patriots last year were ass.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the thing that worries me is the Jag defense is fine. It's not what I'm talking about. The offense of the Jags, though, yikes.
Yeah, it's a big yikes.
I don't know if you guys watched the Jaguars Giants opener, but holy fuck, that was
It was just a grind of really both sides. It was just bad offense.
Yeah, just really ineffective offense. Good defense by the Jaguars though, and good special teams by the Jaguars, which is rare. They have a terrible special, but like,
yeah, it's popping off though.
Bryce, dude, like
it was bad. It was really bad.
Blake Bortles did not play well. Leonard Fournette is probably not going to play due to injury. TJ Yeldon actually can fill in for him. TJ Yeldon's always been pretty good for us. But, like, damn, dude, I just don't... I think that Blake Bortles is going to play like shit, and that's going to be the reason we lose. I think the Jaguars should have traded for Eli somehow. But, like, and the Giants should have just picked up Sam Darnold, but, like, that's not my decision.
That's just my thinking emotion.
And that's like way in the past. I'm not gonna get. But like Jaguars, I think they're gonna lose. But I think they're only gonna lose by like maybe 3 points max, or it'll be like I think it'll be like right on edge.
That'll be a good one.
I think it'll be just a good game to watch. A good defense versus a veteran quarterback, and an insane pass rush. Kind of a little worried about for Tom Brady.
Calais scares me every time we play him. If there's going to be one dude who's going to like break Tom, it's going to be Calais Campbell.
It's going to be Calais Campbell. That man plays very fast and very rough. And then on the other side,
the game that I'm most excited for is the Browns Saints game, because
actually that does seem like a really.
I just want to see if the Browns can sustain 2 weeks of actually holding a legit team accountable.
I mean. Yeah, that's valid. And also the Saints did not play well last week. That's what worries me. Because the Browns, their defense is fine. In fact, the defense played quite well. It's their offense that needs a boost. I think that the Browns could actually win out here by like a field goal, really. Kind of like how they did against the Steelers, but I think they're actually going to execute their final game.
I think the Browns are probably going to lose.
I think
pretty badly.
I actually like.
I just want to watch the game.
I'd be willing to bet a little money on the Browns again. I think this is.
But otherwise, I'm not that excited for this week. I mean, being an Eagles fan, we're facing the Bucs. Do I think we're gonna win? Yes, even though the Bucs played really well last week, I feel like we have an amazing defense this year. Probably gonna win that. Sunday Night Football, Giants, Cowboys.
That's gonna be a snooze.
Yeah, that game just sounds
the thing
so
is,
bad.
Like, I don't mind the way that the Giants like are. Like I think they could surprise a couple people, be a good 9-17. But like the Cowboys and Giants, the two things that they're not good at currently, O-line and fucking.
I mean, it might be a really fun game to watch. Having
it could be
85 sacks in one game. That's.
I think that
that sounds so much fun.
The Giants are gonna really, really suck on offense, and same with the fucking Cowboys. The Cowboys are really gonna blow on offense. So,
suck in general.
Oh yeah, like really, they're just gonna eat nuts.
I think that it's unfortunate because that's that's a rivalry right there. The Giants versus Cowboys is a dope rivalry. NFC East is pretty balling out.
Oh yeah.
But
NFC East is just dominated by the Philadelphia Eagles, and that's a fact.
at this point, it pretty much is.
It really is a fact.
Which is a shame because last year it was actually pretty competitive.
Oh yeah. I actually one of my favorite seasons for the NFC East was when the Cowboys went 13-3. That was a really fun season.
That was, yeah.
Yeah.
They were solid.
The Redskins were the Kirk was doing really well. Eli wasn't kind of great, but and then it had Carson Wentz's rookie year, and Carson he had some flashes where he played really well, but then he also. But that's not the point. The point is, it was interesting.
True. So, do we want to go to predictions for week 2?
Oh, let's do it.
Let's do a little predictions, yeah.
Let me pull up week 2.
So let's just, there's a few games, obviously, that are just total toss-ups. I can go through here. Whose prediction on the Ravens-Bengals?
Wait, do you want me to just go through the entirety?
That game happened on Thursday.
What do you mean? Yeah, what's your prediction?
That game happened on Thursday.
What's your prediction?
My prediction before the game started was the Bengals, because I fucking love my boy Joe Mixon, but
Rest in peace, Joe Mixon, 2 weeks.
My prediction was 34-23. Bengals.
Shocking.
My prediction was 50-10 Bengals. No, sorry, 69-10.
All right, so
mine was 0-2 with a safety in overtime.
3-2 Auburn versus Mississippi State. Anyways,
yes.
I have a list of all the games and the point spread, so let's just go down the line. All right, so first game.
Let's just take it down the line.
First game, Minnesota Vikings at Green Bay Packers at 1 p.m. The point spread is currently Green Bay by 1 point.
I'm taking the Packers.
I'm taking the Packers. I know I'm a Packer fan and I have to pick the Packers, but I genuinely believe they're gonna win.
I will say that the Vikings just all around solid though in this last week against the 49ers.
Oh, yeah.
And
Vikings
really concerning.
Vikings before week 1 were ranked number 1 in power rankings.
Really? I wouldn't put them at number 1.
By Bleacher Report. Bleacher Report
may
had them
honestly still
number
be there.
1.
That's surprising.
I am going to take the Green Bay Packers predicated on Aaron Rodgers actually playing.
Yeah, if Aaron Rodgers
if Aaron Rodgers plays, I think
as much as I love Deshaun Kaiser, I don't think he's going to be able to pull it through. Really. But I'm taking the Packers too, all the way.
All right.
Yeah.
So how about that sexy Chiefs Steelers game though?
Oh, I think
Steelers.
Chiefs are...
Anybody gonna not take the Chiefs? Because really,
I'm gonna take the Chiefs.
Well, is there a chance that Le'Veon plays tomorrow?
No, not even.
Not at all.
Le'Veon's not even on the depth chart for the Steelers.
So no, there's no way the Steelers win.
All right. Well, I'm gonna pick I'm gonna say that the Chiefs win 35-28.
I'm thinking that's generous for the Steelers. Honestly.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be 10-24.
I have that predicated because if you watch the Chargers game, the Chiefs defense is not good, at all. But
the Chargers offense is better than the Steelers offense.
Yeah, I think the Chargers offense is just really solid.
But
I don't think the Chiefs defense.
I think that Big Ben's gonna bounce back from his week of mishaps against the Browns. I think he's gonna really redeem himself. So
I think he's
that's
quit
just my
football
opinion.
This year.
I think he's gonna retire after this. The guy looks depressed.
He looks sad to be out there. So I don't think he's gonna play.
Yeah. Do you know what the spread on that is, by the way?
I don't have the spread right now.
All right. Anyways, let's we got a spicy one at the 1 p.m. time slot. We got Carolina Panthers at Atlanta Falcons.
Great division game.
A fantastic in division game. I'm gonna probably watch that along with the Packer game. I'm gonna watch second TV. But what's wonderful is the Falcons really have a 6-point spread on the Panthers, which I find surprising. I think that the Panthers are gonna win. I'm predicting
Falcons have a 6-point spread over the Panthers.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, that amazes me actually. That's shocking. Yeah, I thought the spread would be even.
Yeah,
No way.
I would put that
I think the Panthers are going to blow out the Falcons. Did you see the Falcons' offense
Oh, it was
against the
atrocious.
Eagles?
And what? Who's the new coordinator? I forgot his name. It's like Sarkisian or something like that. I don't like him. Sarkisian, thank you. I don't like him at all. I think he was trash against the fucking Eagles. That guy was ineffective in the red zone. And they got to the red zone fairly.
I'm taking the
easily.
Panthers by at least a touchdown.
Yeah, I'm taking
I'm
the
also
Panthers
going
by.
Panthers.
I'm taking the Panthers by at least a touchdown. Like I'm saying, I think it's gonna be like 28-20. I think 28-20.
I think it's actually going to be low scoring because the Falcons' defense played pretty well. I think it's going to be more like 14-20, something like that. Like 21.
That's fair. That's fair.
I think it's a good one.
I just think that just because of how high powered, the Carolina Panthers can be, and their defense can be pretty shaky at times, and they have Julio Jones, so I think they're gonna score a bunch of points off of that chemistry there. But that's beside the point. Anyways, after we also have Kansas City Steelers, but we already covered that. The point spread was, by the way, Pittsburgh by 4, which surprises me. I'm taking the Chiefs. Like that's a matchup I would actually just bet money on, like legitimately. Anyways,
yeah, I put money down on the Chiefs.
Yeah, but I'm not a big gambler, so but that's the point. Anyways, Philadelphia Eagles at Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 1 p.m. Philadelphia currently has a spread lead by 3.5 points, which surprises me. I thought this one would be
what?
Only 3.5.
Only
Vegas.
3.5?
Yeah, I thought the spread increase would be like a good 5 points. 5-6 points, but
no, dude, I feel like that makes sense. Philadelphia played like crap last week, and Tampa Bay.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, I get that Tampa Bay is not going to be able to replicate that every week, but you got to give them some credit for just coming out week 1 and blowing up New Orleans. I mean, my prediction is I think Eagles win a really close one, probably field goal end of the game, but it could go either way.
Sweet. No, that's good. I'm going for I'm actually gonna take the here's the thing. This is entirely dependent on Nick Foles' play. I think he's gonna play similar to how he played last week, which is why I'm thinking of putting like the Bucks 28 seems fair, 4 touchdowns, and then the Eagles 25-26. That's where I stand. I think that's my pick.
Specific score.
I like to predict a score. It makes me feel better if I get it accurate.
I don't think that the Bucks are going to be able to score 4 touchdowns on the Eagles' defense.
Really, I think they will. I think that the Bucks will surprise.
The Eagles stopped Julio Jones and Mohamed Sanu and Devontae Freeman last week.
But did they face Fitzmagic?
They faced Matt Ryan.
Well, they didn't face Fitzmagic. Okay, all right. That's my pick. 28-25.
What about you, Nolan?
I'm thinking the friggin' Eagles are gonna torch the Bucks. Honestly,
damn it, dude! Come on, I
think the Bucks almost tossed the game against the Saints.
Oh yeah, their defense
almost tossed the game.
They have Eagles also don't have Drew Brees. They have
the Eagles have Big Dick Nick, but you know what? The Eagles also have a serviceable defense.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Any serviceable defense is going to look at Fitzmagic and say, "All right, just have decent man coverage. just hold out on the go routes, and have your safeties help if there's a pass thrown that way." Okay, there you go, easy. The offensive scheme is so easy to shut down. It's just the lack of any sort of secondary presence from the Saints that caused them to get absolutely just shafted.
No, see, you're absolutely right. But
it's going to be so easy for the Eagles to just wipe the floor.
Come on, man. I'm the type of guy. Well, actually, I really am not the type of guy to buy into hype. But for this, I'm gonna buy into the fucking hype, dude.
I'm not buying into the hype at all.
I'm buying into the hype, man.
Yeah, dude. Fitzpatrick has shown games like this before. Why do you think he still has a job after so many years in the NFL?
It's the magic.
Yeah,
it's the magic,
sometimes pulls through.
It doesn't. It's fucking magic.
It does not last.
I'm thinking it's over. Eagles are going to wipe the floor, and the Bucks.
See, that's understandable.
Mediocre.
All right, let's move on to the next game. Browns Saints. We already covered that, so Oh, by the way, spread is
Cleveland
8.5. I believe we all said the Saints would win. I said that the
No. I think it's gonna be tied.
I think the Cleveland Browns are going to win.
I think the Cleveland Browns are going to. I actually legitimately think the Browns are going to win.
The Browns are going to go into the Superdome and get their first win.
I think they will too. I think they absolutely will.
100%.
What do you think the odds are for me to put money on the Browns going 0-16? How much money would I win?
I think if you put down $10 and it came out
I think your odds would probably be like one.
Figures.
What do you mean 6 figures? I think you'd be 8 figures, right?
No, I feel like it's probably like at least 100,000 to 1.
I'd say it's more than that. Yeah, 100,000 to 1 sounds fair. Yeah. Anyway, that'd be a risky bet.
That'd be a bold play.
That'd be a bold play, especially on a future bet. Holy
if
fuck.
anyone gives you 100,000 to 1, you take it.
No, you don't.
I put a smooth Andrew Jackson on that bad bitch, and I just walk away and hope for the
best. Anyways, so after that,
have you ever seen The Office?
No.
In that episode, no. Well, there's like a line in The Office where Kevin goes, "If someone ever gives you 10,000 to 1 on anything, you take it."
Oh, that's good. Anyways, next match we got Indianapolis Colts at the Washington Redskins, 1 p.m. Eastern time, and the spread currently is Washington by 6 points. Which
I feel like that makes sense.
That makes sense.
I was happy with how the Skins played. I figured I'd put all of my chips in the fucking Adrian Peterson is washed up basket. I think I got absolutely disproved this last week, unfortunately. Because he seemed really solid.
I think that this offseason, the Redskins got worse, surprisingly, because I think Kirk Cousins is way better than Alex Smith.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
And Alex Smith just looks so frazzled in the pocket because he's used to having like a good O-line, and now he's at the Redskins, and they don't.
I think Alex Smith, though, is one of the more consistently solid quarterbacks of the past 5 years.
I guess he's just the most. Out of 10, he's always a 7. Yeah, like he's not going to go down to a 6, but he's probably not going to jump up to an 8. He's always a 7.
So for that reason, I think that the Skins are still really just in great position.
I think the Skins will hold, but I think that the Colts will beat the spread and it'll be.
I think the Colts suck. I'm just going to continue that. So
I think
Redskins on that.
I think with Andrew Luck, the Colts can do anything. That's just my opinion. I really think Andrew Luck's that good.
I think Andrew Luck is overrated.
Yeah, he's so overrated.
Andrew Luck hasn't even played in 2 years, so we can't really make that assumption. But
1 year, but I agree. That's a fair point. I agree with that point. We can't make an assumption, but I will make an assumption.
What injury takes over a whole season?
I can explain
for you not to recover.
Too much time, but it's an injury where like. It has to do with, if I'm not mistaken, I do with the socket of the joint. So, like, it's never going to fully heal, if I'm not mistaken, but it will. It can be better, but it's never going to fully heal, and it's going to always bother him for the rest of his life. Like,
they should just bring Peyton Manning back.
Yeah.
Yeah, back from the Papa John's booth.
Papa John.
Peyton Manning for CEO of Papa John's now.
100% agree.
Anyways,
I would do it.
We got a couple more games here to. Texans at Titans at 1 p.m. Houston has a 1.5 spread.
Texans by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I actually agree with that. I think the Texans by 2 touchdowns. Titans defense though isn't that bad. But
Deshaun Watson was one of my biggest disappointments last week as well.
No, he was the big. Oh my god, I forgot.
Dude, he always brought him back.
No, he didn't.
No, he did.
Yeah, he did.
Dude, they lost 20-27, but that last touchdown was in garbage time after the Patriots just.
Yeah, but then they got the ball back with like 57 seconds left.
And then what do?
They shit the bed.
I mean, but he could have brought them back. Could have.
Okay, but he didn't, so it doesn't matter, okay? Patrick,
he didn't do anything. He really disappointed me, and I hope he pops back. Either way, still think the Texans are going to win.
All right, yeah, we're all in agreement. Texans by like at least a touchdown.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's fair. I respect that.
We're all sleeping on the real highlight game though of the week here.
Miami Dolphins at the Jets.
Yes.
Oh, that's the highlight.
Division battle.
Oh, dude, I'm so excited.
Doesn't even count.
So excited.
No one's excited.
I'm taking the fucking Jets, baby.
Jets,
My team's ultimate rival, and I'm putting my money down on
I'm taking the fucking Jets. Like, I'm not even joking, dude.
I'm taking the Dolphins.
Why?
Yeah, I'm taking the Dolphins. They played really well last week.
What?
Why?
They played really well last week.
No, they didn't. Oh my god! Are we watching the same football game? What?
I'm going all Jets, baby.
I'm not even... Okay, this is going to be a really hot take, but I genuinely believe the Dolphins were going to be by far the worst team in the NFL this year. And I was proven
wrong.
Dolphins made it to the playoffs last year, didn't they?
No, they went 6-10.
Oh, no, 2 years ago. 2
years ago. They went
Bills somehow the Bills went to the playoffs last year.
Thank you, Andy Dalton. Oh, man. Anyways.
Hot take. Dolphins, perfect season.
Oh, my God. That's not a hot take. That's a burning take.
That's a lava.
That's lava right there.
All right, I'm taking the Jets.
I'm taking the Jets by, like, a field goal. Like, fuck it. I think they're going to actually match the spread.
I'm taking the Dolphins by, like, 3 touchdowns.
Oh, my God, dude. They don't even have Jay Cutler. What are they going to do? All right. Here's a good one.
Best thing that ever happened to the franchise.
Here's a real good one for you.
I mean, some people buy Jay Cutler jerseys. Jake, who's not here, but
it was well worth it though.
Oh, absolutely, dude. All right, you guys ready for, in my opinion, the most uninteresting game of the week? LA Chargers at the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's gonna suck.
Chargers have a 7.5 point spread, which I might actually put money on. That is an insane. The Chargers are not going to only blow them out. The Chargers are going to embarrass them again.
No, I believe in the Bills.
Be absolutely, utterly embarrassing.
I think the Bills are going to win. No, legit. Like, I'm being legit right now. I think the Bills are going to win.
You're wrong.
I'm kicking you from this Discord.
You're wrong. If the Bills
pull
this one off,
there's going to be a fire in the Bills after losing so badly.
No, there's not.
No, there won't. They don't. They aren't good.
Did you see Nathan Peterman play? They still
have Richie Incognito on that team. That speaks volumes about the Bills.
No, they don't. They don't have Richie Incognito.
Oh my god! All right, you guys ready to get onto the? All right, so
Let me tell you why. I want to
hear. I don't even care.
Nathan Peterman's gonna throw 4 interceptions in the first 4 drives. All right.
What?
Chargers
He's
offense
not even gonna start.
really
the
bad.
Josh Allen already
Chargers offense is gonna have 4 punts. Just wait. Chargers offense is gonna have 4 punts. Sean McDermott's gonna get a brain, be like, Josh Allen, get in there. LaShawn McCoy is gonna be like, oh, I got a great quarterback coming in. I'm gonna go pop off for 235 yards, 4 touchdowns, and win the game.
What the fuck?
Okay.
What?
Yes.
What do you mean?
That's the game.
What?
Eddie is wrong, but it's okay.
Okay. All right.
On to the next one.
I'm not even going to comment on that. All right. Now we're on to the more exciting games, the afternoon games. Jaguars. Sorry, no. Patriots at the Jacksonville Jaguars. It has New England by 1 point, which I think is a very fair spread.
That's a fair spread.
I think it's a very good spread. And I think that if you want my honest opinion, like as an objective thing, I think the Pats are going to win by like a field goal. But as the Jaguars fan, I think the Jags are going to win by 6 touchdowns.
I think if Fournette plays, Jaguars win. I think if Fournette doesn't play, Jaguars still win.
Yeah,
well, that's a great little tidbit there.
I think I think it's going to play out similarly to how the AFC Championship played, where
you think that they're going to kneel the ball with a minute left?
No, I don't think they're going to do that.
Again?
No, I think that Belichick's going to make the necessary adjustments to beat them. And that's why, like, if I were to, not be a Jags fan, I would be like, oh yeah, the Patriots probably like they probably win that. But as a Jags fan, I can't like believe that in my heart.
It's in Jacksonville. It's a legitimate chance.
Yeah, I think it's a home game.
Because they have such a great home field advantage.
No, they do. They actually do. They actually really do. Last year they played
way better.
No. I don't think TJ Yeldon versus
Jacksonville is such a crappy city that like they don't even deserve a team.
I don't disagree, but
I don't disagree either. But they're my team. I'm from.
They're not your team. You're a Packers fan.
I'm from Jacksonville. Okay.
Okay, let's move on to the next game.
God, you guys suck. All right, Cardinals at LA Rams. LA Rams have a 13-point spread. I think the Rams are going to crush that spread by like triple. I think the Cardinals are going to score 3 points, and that's it. And the Rams are going to score
the Cardinals are going to be shut out. They don't even have a team.
Really, not even not even getting like a mistake, like interception for a field goal. That's literally what I think the point is going to be. Yeah. But anyways, we're all in agreement. They're going to get destroyed. Yeah. All right, moving on.
All right, boys. Let's cut to the end a little bit.
We only got like 5 more games. All right, we can just go through it. Lions, San Francisco, a 6-point spread.
San Francisco.
I think San Francisco will be like about the spread, 7-8 points. We're all in agreement. Raiders at Broncos. Denver has a 6-point spread. I think
taking Denver.
I'm taking Denver. I'm taking Denver by a lot. Actually, I think I'm
taking Denver, and I'm thinking Philip Lindsay is going to score like 8 touchdowns.
Hot take.
Hot take.
All right, we got
not even a hot take. I think it's a fact.
All right, we got Sunday Night Football. Giants, Cowboys.
Giants by 3.
Taking the G-men.
I'm taking the G-men by 3. That's actually like a very, very fair thing. All right, lastly, which I'm actually extremely excited for. Seattle Seahawks at the Chicago Bears, Monday Night Football.
Chicago Bears.
I'm taking Chicago by like 2 touchdowns. I think the Seahawks are trash.
Yeah, and the Bears have such a great D line. The Seahawks probably have the worst O line in the league.
Vikings.
Khalil Mack's gonna eat Russell Wilson for.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be brutal.
It's gonna be. Anyways, that's all the games. That's our predictions. Who do you think is... Oh, actually, turns out all 7 rookie coaches lost week 1.
That's brutal.
Yeah, that is brutal. Anyways, I'm gonna go out. Let's wrap this bad boy up.
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
All right. Any closing statements for you guys?
Even though this is the worst Patriots team ever, it's gonna still get us to the Super Bowl, and we're gonna have a rematch against the Eagles, and we're gonna shit on them. Bold prediction, hot take.
I don't think that's really that hot of a take, Nolan.
I'm really disappointed in the Eagles right now. Even though we won last week, it felt like a loss. Nick Foles is probably the worst quarterback in the league, and I can't wait until Carson Wentz comes and licks our team's buttholes again.
All right. Go Jaguars. Go Packers. Jaguars going to win by at least 6 touchdowns. And the Packers are going to win by at least 5, just because I think that defense is going to hold up.
Please stop.
Other than that, Aaron Rodgers, you can have my babies. Danica Patrick, you can step aside. And I got nothing else, dude. I'm Gucci with it.
Strong work, team.
All right, we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, you guys have a good one. Thanks for whoever tuned in, and God bless your soul. Take it easy, man.
Easy.
Yeah.